Yeah, so like I said, December 15, 2016 we met, and we were casually seeing each other for the next 2-3 months until February 14th, which was the next Valentine's Day in 2017. She came home with a special smile, and she hugged me and proposed to me in Hindi. She was like, since we've been seeing each other for 3 months, why don't we just be girlfriend and boyfriend? Would you like to be my boyfriend? And I was still casual at that time, but then I said, okay, let's take this forward and let's become officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
इश्क का दिल हकदार है, याद ये दिलाता तुझे बार बार है, ना उसे नजरअंदाज कर, वो तेरे ख्यालों में जो एक यार है, ख्यालों से तेरे निकल के अब वो मिला है तुझे रूबरू, माहेरू गले लगा ले उसको, माहेरू आज़माने उसको, माहेरू लिखा था मिलना उसका, माहेरू आज़माने उसको, आज पाले उसको, आज पाले उसको.
And then I ended up, we went walking finally when we got away from his friends, because I was waiting for the chance when we went by a sorority house and finally went on a walk, because I convinced him, like, let's go somewhere private quick. I pulled him out to the side and I said, "Main tumse pyar karte hu," and he was surprised that I actually learned something. We said that in Hindi and learned a full sentence versus just letters and numbers.
जो तेरी जिंदगी को ले जाएगा ज़मीन से चाँद पर, मिटाने वो आया है दूरियों को, मिला है तुझे रूबरू, माहेरू गले लगा ले उसको, माहेरू आज़माने उसको, माहेरू लिखा था मिलना उसका, माहेरू आज़माने उसको, आज पाले उसको, आज पाले उसको.
Charis surprised me when she asked me to, when she said I love you for the first time. She said मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ, and she gave me this beautiful cricket cufflinks which I still have. So that was a real surprise. And then yeah, her dedication towards the first 2 years when we were dating, she used to drive every weekend, Friday night, drive for 2-3 hours straight, come down to Maryland where I lived, and go back Monday early morning or Sunday late night. So that dedication and that commitment towards our relationship, that was very surprising, and surprising to see from someone who I just knew for a year or so. So yeah, she definitely won me there.
ఇంతకన్నా మంచి పోలిక పోలికేది నాకు తట్టలేదు గాని అమ్మో ఈ లవ్ అనేది బబ్లు గమ్ము అంటుకున్నదంటే పోదు నమ్ము ముందు నుంచి అందరన్న మాటే గాని మళ్ళీ అంటున్నానే అమ్ము ఇది చెప్పకుండా వచ్చే తుమ్ము ప్రేమ నా పలేవు నన్ను నమ్ము ఎటగానే ఎదురు చూకి తగినట్టుగా నువ్వు బదులు చెబితివే అరే దేవుడా దాని తలో పటే పిల్లడాంట దగ్గరై నన్ను చేరదీస్తివే బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే జిందగీకే అడ్డబొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే జిందగీకే అడ్డబొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే లోని ఆడియన్స్ లాగా మౌనంకున్నా గానీ అమ్ము లోన దండనగా జరిగిందే నమ్ము దిమ్మ తిరిగి నాదే మైండ్ సిమ్ము
And we went to San Francisco on New Year's time around there in the New Year's Day. We ended up going back home, waiting for the visa process to go through, and I'm just waiting, biting at the bit, kind of waiting to quit my job and jump over to California with him, and it took till about March or so that we finally got the green light to move to San Francisco, and we left before April, and it was the first time that I'd been that far away from my family and my pets, so it was a big jump and it was a bit of a risk because I was quitting my job and had to find another job out there. So I did that all for him because I know Amazon was one of his dream jobs, and I know
రాజుల కాలం కాదు రథము గుర్రం లేవు అద్దం ముందర నాతో నేను యుద్ధం చేస్తా అంటే గాజుల చేతులు చాపి దగ్గరకొచ్చిన నువ్వు చెంపల్లో చిటికేసి చక్రవర్తిని చేసావే చిన్నగా చినుకు తుంపరడిగితే కుండ పుటగా తుఫాను తెస్తివే మాటగా మల్లె పువ్వు నడిగితే ముదగా పుల తోటగా పైనొచ్చి పడితివే బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే జిందగీకే అడ్డబొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే వేలి నిండా నన్ను తీసి పట్టు పెట్టుకుంటివే గాలి కింది పువ్వు నేను నెత్తి నెట్టుకుంటివే పోలికేది నాకు తట్టలేదు గాని అమ్ము ఈ లవ్ అనేది బబ్లు గమ్ము అంటుకున్నదంటే పోదు నమ్ము ముందు నుంచి అందరన్న మాటే గాని మళ్ళీ అంటున్నానే అమ్ము ఇది చెప్పకుండా వచ్చే తుమ్ము
So in July of 2018, my mom came to the US for the first time. I was still living around the Washington DC area and was dating Charis for over 2 years at that point. Before she came and her flight was decided, I actually told mom that, you know what, I like this girl and I would like to ask her for getting married to me. What do you think?
ये भी न जाने वो भी न जाने नैनों के रंग नैना जाने मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग जग की कोई रीत न जाने मैं तो बस तेरी हुई दीवानी मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग मैं छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना तू ही है संसार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना मैं छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना तू ही है संसार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना मैं छुड़ाई घर बार मेरा ओ मखना
कहते हो जब से मिला है तू दिल को मिला सुकून तू ही राह मेरी तू ही सफर है तेरी बाहों में अब मेरा घर है
चैन न जाने दर्द न जाने दिल तो बस दिल को पहचाने मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग छोड़ा ये घर बार मेरा हो मखना वे मखना अब तू ही है संसार मेरा हो मखना वे मखना ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा हो मखना वे मखना मैं छोड़ा ये घर बार मेरा ओ मखना छोड़ा ये घर बार मेरा तू ही है संसार मेरा ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा मैं छोड़ा ये घर बार मेरा
I was nervous at first about meeting her because she is his whole world. I knew that because he's always been saying that because he just takes care of her. So it was at first it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but she seemed very caring and open, and it was a little tense at first for the first few months because it definitely ended up being just a little awkward at points because trying to have conversation, I wasn't sure how to discuss with her because she's into makeup and all these other things, and we didn't have much in common at that point of just getting to first know her.
बंधन के मुटियारा आइया बटोला बनके कन्ना दे विच पिपल पतियां बाही चूड़ा खनके बंधन के मुटियारा आइया बटोला बनके कन्ना दे विच पिपल पतियां बाही चूड़ा खनके मेरे सोहणिया वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना मेरे सोहणिया वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना
तेरा रास्ता वे नंगे पैर तुरना वे तू है नाल मेरे ता मैं क्यों है डरना वे तेरा रास्ता वे नंगे पैर तुरना वे तू है नाल मेरे ता मैं क्यों है डरना वे हाय दोनों ने रोना दोनों ने हंसना सबनू वे दसना
मेरे सोहणिया वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना मेरे सोहणिया वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना वे माही मेरा किथे नहीं ओ दिल लगना
Know her better. About 2 weeks to about a month after she got to know her, she said, okay, everything looks good, you guys should get married. And then I asked her father on August 11th of 2018, and August 12th I asked her officially proposed to her in my school, University of Maryland College Park. And my mom was there, my friend was there, and she didn't know, Charis didn't know anything about this, the ring, the proposal, everything was a surprise.
వరసా ఊపిరిని వదలని గొలుసా నీకు ముడి పడినది తెలుసా మనసున ప్రతి కొసా నీ కనుల మెరుపుల వరసా రేపినది వయసున రభసా నా చిలిపి కలలకు బహుశా ఇది వెలుగుల దశ నీ ఎదుట నిలబడు చనువే వీసా అందుకుని గగనపు కొనలే చూసా ఇంకేం కావాలే చాలే ఇది చాలే నీకే నువ్వే వచ్చి వానవే ఇకపై తిరనాళ్ళే
So pretty much what he did was he handed me this folder saying it's a certificate in there here, and then later he's like, go open it. So he was standing off to the side, I'm looking through it, it had a picture of Will Smith and then a figure of someone pointing at me, and then the Indian traditional wedding photo, and then a little cartoon figure pointing at him. I still have those, and I figured, will you marry me? And then he bent on one knee and pulled out the ring.
Sweet baby, our sex has meaning. No, this time you stay till the morning. Duvet days and vanilla ice cream. More than just one night together exclusively. Baby, let me be your man, so I can love you. And if you let me be your man, then I'll take care of you for the rest of my life, for the rest of yours, for the rest of my life, for the rest of yours, for the rest of us. We're drinking.
From me, I think it was more of a big jump, because I think our people are very deep ingrained in our cultures, and for them to accept someone from outside is a big thing. And getting married here is like getting married to an entire family. Things that we might say the same, but we understand differently. So that's an ongoing process where we are trying to work on each other, but I think patience and trying to understand each other is the key, and that's what we are working on.
So I can love you, and if you let me be your man, then I'll take care of you for the rest of my life, for the rest of yours, for the rest of my life, for the rest of yours,
and then everything was rushing around. I liked the bike rides that we took into town, but we ended up having to do a lot of shopping, and I still don't understand a lot of what people are saying. I would always question him, ask him, saying, it sounds like arguing half the time. And he ended up, he just kind of laughs at it, and he doesn't like all my questions all the time, but to me, I'm in a foreign country, I don't understand anything, I want to know what's going on. And then it led up to this event after many odd hours of practicing some extra stuff and changes, and then we came to the day of the wedding. So it's been hectic, it's been exciting. I don't know what half of it has been going on and don't understand a lick, but we've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it.
Didn't mean to hurt you when I hurt myself. It's just an empty voice screaming out for help. No, I didn't mean to scare you, but I couldn't see that when I went to hell I was taking you with me. When I close my eyes, I'm climbing in the dark, trying not to fall apart. Sometimes I get so high, falling is the only out I see, and I don't wanna take you down with me. Take you down, take you down with me.
Okay, I think three, definitely there's a longer list, but the top three would be, I think one is the way she accepts my culture. I think it's, now that we know her, I think it's pretty taken for granted, but when you are in America and you see all these people, it's hard for them to change, adapt to some different culture, which is a big thing. Even I wouldn't adapt to some other culture. So accepting my culture is the number one thing that, attracted me towards her. With that comes the food. She cooks brilliant food. She's a brilliant baker and a very good Indian food maker now, so that's a plus. And third, she is very artistic. I think I am very studious and sporty. She is sporty and artistic. She makes paintings, artworks. She decorates the entire house. So what I lack in talent in art on my end, she fills that up. So I think that's where we are compatible.
This life is like a razor, when it cuts I bleed, but it's in my hand and I'm doing it to me. Sometimes it's like an ocean and it gets too deep, and there's no way now you can rescue me. When I close my eyes, I'm fighting in the dark, trying not to break your heart. Sometimes I get so high, falling is the only out I see, and I don't wanna take you down with me. You need to let go now, before you drown. I know that you won't understand, but you need to let
I like that he's caring. I can see how he takes care of his mom and his brother, even from being far away. He's, the eldest son, so he's very responsible in that he takes care of me even since we moved out to San Francisco. He's been very kind and caring. His cockiness is kind of funny. I enjoy it. It's fun to tease him at points, as well as just I know how cocky he is, and I know how to try to work with him on things when it comes to cricket and his teammates. I try to get him to see another view of things. So I like we're both we can both be a little bit, not, I don't want to say chauvinistic, but try not to, but he has a way of being humble as well. So I do like when he's able to put on that side of him. I like seeing that. There's sides that I see that no one else ever sees of him.
He expressed his affection and admiration for the mother.
First, of course, was the engagement, which was a surprise for her. But I think now that the recent gift that I have planned for her, I think by the time she sees this video, she'll have that gift, so I can share it here. She likes dogs and horses a lot, so I am planning to gift her a black Labrador puppy after we return home. So she will have a black English Labrador waiting for us once we get back. So that's my special gift for her. And I've hinted her that we might get a dog, and she's already emotional and sometimes get teary-eyed. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, he knows all the surprises each year. That now, after the first birthday, I made him paintings. So every year I try to come up with something new to give him, since he enjoys my artwork, and he's like, oh, let's keep this tradition. So the one thing that he sometimes surprises, he took me to Alcatraz when we first moved there, because he's like, he wanted to surprise me on my birthday, but we didn't get the chance. It seems every month there's something that he's celebrating, because there's so many anniversaries now, and he remembers so many dates that it's like, I don't need a calendar, But it's a shame sometimes I don't remember, but I can rely on him then when he's like, we've been here for 8 months now. So he celebrates like every little moment, and it can be through little gifts like something from the books that he'll bring back, or even some jewelry that he would bring, a necklace from the Netherlands, especially the little windmill one he gave me the last time he went to the Netherlands.
Todas están pendientes a ti, pero tú puesta para mí, haciendo que me odien más, porque todos te quieren probar. Lo que no saben es que no te dejas llevar de cualquiera, y todos te quieren probar. Lo que no saben es que hoy yo te voy a buscar. Dile que tú eres mía.
After I told my mom and before I officially proposed to her, you know, it's customary there to ask her father, the bride's father. So I just called her father while she was there with me. I didn't tell her, of course. And I spoke to him. I said, as you know, I've been dating your daughter for 2 years and I've met you a couple times. What do you think about me? And I would like to officially get engaged to her. And yeah, I was a little nervous, of course, like every person would be to talk to their future father-in-law. But I think it went well. He's a pretty, you know, he worked in the US Navy there, and he's a pretty good gentleman actually. He's pretty stern outside, but he's very good inside. So there was no hiccups or any, you know, shockers for me there. Yeah.
She's been having a lot of health issues, so nowadays it's hard for me to really talk with her anymore. So for me that's been harder, because in my life she was just kind of there, always helping and just kind of letting us do stuff and allowing me. Pretty much she was the yes, my father was always the no. So my father, you know, he's always been there. He wasn't always big on driving places and helping in that way, but he showed his kindness even at our wedding, helping back home, like setting things up. We didn't ask him to do it. He just kind of does it when he feels like it.
So hi, Mr. and Mrs. Brenneman. I would like to thank you for raising your daughter for 28 years, and you've given her good, trained her well in terms of how to maintain herself, how to care for others, how to care for people around her and people's stuff around them as well. She is very precise when it comes to little details in life, like turning the lights off before you go out, or every little detail, or even paying attention to detail. That's very nice of her, and that she's open for other people's cultures. That shows how good you've raised her. So I'd like to thank you very much, and thank you for your daughter as well. Thank you.
लहराती बल खाती नदियाँ बुलाए, कोयल की पीहू पीहू पिया पिया गाए, आजा रे दिल में समा जा रे।
कई नाम कई रूप मेरे रोम रोम में जागे, जग सारा मुझको बस अपना अपना लागे। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है, आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, आजा।
Well, I didn't get to spend much time with my brother and sister-in-law when they moved back. I've seen that he's been different since he had his daughter, my niece. But I think I'll miss kind of being there to be the aunt who spoils the niece a bit, because she's my first niece. And my parents, I mean, yeah, I'll miss the interactions that we had as far as that. At the time, I missed having my dog that I had lost recently, so that was a little bit harder. But when we left home, that was really upsetting, because I had to leave her after having her for almost, she was almost 16 years old by the time we left, so she was getting pretty old. So he knew that was a bit of a blow, knowing that I missed her, and my father and my mom would try to show her in the videos to me. So I think miss most about home, not just family, probably my friends, because I'm in a whole new town where I don't know anybody. So it's not like Los Angeles, San Francisco, I know no one. So
डाली डाली झूम झूम रसदा बुलाए, शबनम के मोती मेरे ऊपर लुटाए, आजा रे दिल में समा जा रे।
ये डगर डगर कर जगर जगर जब तेरे रास्ते जाऊं, मैं याद रखूं तुझको रसिया, मैं किसी को याद न आऊं। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है, आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, आजा आजा आजा।
So yeah, hey Charis, so 3 ways in which you can survive with me in the longer run, which I hope we do forever, is one is always make me good Indian food. No matter how far I get from home, I always love that pulls me, that attracts me the most. Second thing is, I think both of us need to work on this, is hear each other out. Sometimes we tend to talk over each other. I think that's common with every couple, but let's take it slow and give each other time and actually listen sometimes. And the third is, as much as you love animals, which I don't mind, I think you should also love other people. And this is not a negative on you, but that love that you have for animals is definitely lesser than the amount that you have for humans. So I would like you to, have some of our close people, friends and family, have that much love for them as well as you have for a puppy dog, for instance. So yeah, these are the 3 funny things that I think you should have for us to survive this whole life.
So Mahesh, you should learn to try to trust my instincts when I say something, because I've noticed there are occasions where it's like everybody kind of pushes aside and then I'm like, I was right. So every now and then take that into consideration. Make sure to not always be so, I love that you're a proud person and that you're very confident in yourself. Toning it down at times is definitely something that would help between not just us, but helping with friendships and relations with other people that we meet, because I know sometimes even you know how much anxiety I get, how I can get angered easily. We're both a set of firecrackers sometimes in between each other. I think that it's best that we step back and just kind of take a breath before we get back into talking about things sometimes. And I know you're scared for upcoming things in our life, as far as when we get a dog, that's going to be the first test before having kids, if we're getting a puppy. So just trust me. I know what I'm doing. I can handle it, and I know that we can handle it together. So just trust in me when I say that I can help with something. And when it comes to the kitchen, stop moving stuff, because we have an organization. I know you have your OCD about your stuff in your room and everywhere else. Kitchen's my zone. Stop moving my stuff. It'll make life a lot easier.
So yeah, I think in the future, coming to the serious topic now, I think we'll have cultural differences. We'll have that throughout our lives, I guess, as long as we understand each other 100%. We are there about 90-95% now. But I think hearing each other's perspectives and trying to understand what someone says or I say when I say something in terms of my Indian, Indianness of speaking, I think that's something that we should work on. Likewise, on my end, I think I should work on what you mean when you say stuff. That's the number one thing that we need to understand, is understand each other, and I think everything else will fall in its place. So I hope we both of us work on this together and enjoy this beautiful journey of our life.
Mahesh, you know that I like California, but I think the traffic is not, coming from a small town, I think big cities are not my scene. So I think that we might be a little bit happier than I hate the snow, you love the snow. I think, moving and deciding on what the next move will be in the future, living in Virginia, I wouldn't say going back to Pennsylvania, but, anywhere that we end up, I'm probably going to go with you, as long as we take into consideration that we both know what we want. We both know that we want to work, and it's going to be hard raising a family, but there's going to be a way. At some point, it's going to be really rough, because I'm the one who has to bear the child. So I think that's a little bit harsher on me than it is you. I would just say, we're going to find our ways around, and I know you'll provide. I know how you are, and I know that eventually we'll eventually get that dream house with the horses and the dogs and things like that at some point, with a family and continuing our sports. I'd love to see us helping other communities a little bit as well, especially when it comes to our sports, just helping our interests and helping each other, being able to help our communities around us would be a good thing to give back as well, not just help ourselves. So I think in the end, if we kind of contribute to other aspects in life than just focusing, I know we need to focus on each other as well, but I think it'd be great for us to get involved more in church, community, because building the community around us is what's going to help us grow, as well as us being able to help others. As far as the moves, we'll see where the careers lead, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
मोहे रंग कभी हरा गुलाबी रंग दे, कभी अंबर लाल गुलाल। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है। आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, रंग दे बादल में से चंद्रमा मुझे देख देख मुस्काए। मुझसे मेरी चाल पूछने पवन चकोरे आए। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है। आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, आजा मोहे। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है। आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, रंग दे मोहे। बादल में से चंद्रमा मुझे देख देख मुस्काए। मुझसे मेरी चाल पूछने पवन चकोरे आए। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है।
Today is his wedding. We've been planning this for 6 months now. So it is now going to happen. Things are happening. We've enjoyed all the traditions that we had to do for the past 3 days. And today is the 1st of January 2020. And today is the day that things are really going to happen. I also was fortunate enough to meet Charis, who's apparently my bhabhi now. She seems to be a wonderful person. My heart, you know, if she does things, she does it. She gives 100%. So as they are a wonderful couple, I would always want them to be happy, no matter where they are. I wish the best out of them, and they just make, you know, a very good couple for you know, the rest of their lives. So having all that said, I would just say that, you know, best of luck, both of y'all, and we are enjoying the wedding. Best of luck again.
Mahesh and Charis, I love both of you. Mahesh is my right eyes, Charis is my left eyes, and I want that you both rock in your married life, in your life, where you walk both of you and rock, because I want to see both of you always smiling, loving, caring each other and being each other. And take with you all family, give them respect, love, and be with all family, because with family we are happy and blessed.
Mahesh and Charis, you both give us such a nice pleasure, and मैं आपसे ऐसा कहूँगा कि आप दोनों खुश रहो, हंसते खेलते रहो, और बहुत ही तरक्की पाओ. And this is my wish and prayer to Prabhu Jesus, Prabhu Yeshu. Once again, thank you. You are सचमुच रब ने बनाते जोड़ी.
महेश और चैरिस, ये दोनों बच्चे मेरे जीवन के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा आशीर्वादित हुए हैं, और मैं उनको ये आशीर्वाद देती हूँ कि वो फले फूले, लाइफ में और बढ़े, आगे बढ़े, इंजॉय करें, और जो खुशियाँ उन्होंने हमको दी है वो ऐसे ही बढ़ती जाए, क्योंकि बहुत प्यारे बच्चे, बहुत ही आज्ञाकारी बच्चे, और सबका रिस्पेक्ट करने वाले बच्चे. बहुत मेरा पूरा आशीर्वाद है उनको कि प्रभु यीशु उनके लाइफ में बहुत सक्सेस दे और कभी कोई चीज़ की घटी ना हो. थैंक यू.
Mahesh and Cherish, wish you both a very happy married life.
So yeah, I love you, babe. I think that's the most cheesy thing that we call each other is babe. But yeah, I love you, Charis, or wife, or Rani, or Jasmine, or whatever you like to be referred as. She's big on Disney, so I think I'll call her Jasmine. So I love you, Rani or Jasmine. Thank you.
I love you, and I know you love cracking your knuckles, cricket fingers, so I know that's never going to stop, so you can continue with that.
आजा रे
मोरे सैया